What's going on, people? This is just a kid here, and I want to go to another video more a little bit in depth about Juri. So these are just a few of my tips of how to play Juri a little bit more in depth and understanding her as a character. So one of Juri's strengths is her mobility. She has a pretty good forward dash, back dash, and decent walk speed, as well as a okay back walk speed. So this definitely can certainly help in matchups such as Abigail, Keith, some of those big body characters, or just in general. She also has a nice toolkit as a character, especially in Street Fighter 5, such as a 3-frame, a DP, and a projectile invisible move. For example, she has this. Now, here's the bad part. There are some weaknesses when it comes to this character, and they can be pretty noticeable, I want to say. First off, she's very stubby. If you're in a certain range, she can be very stubby and not be able to reach the opponent. For example, against Balrog, it tends to be noticeable if she's just right here and Balrog's just hitting her and she can't hit him, unfortunately. And this can kind of hurt in certain matchups. She also has to store some respect moves. For example, restore mechanic, which if you know from the other video, it's kind of okay-ish. And yeah, if she doesn't have it, she doesn't really have great damage unless she has at least one. But all in all, she is a character that has both good things and bad things going for her. And she's a character which, if you learn how to master, eventually you'll be able to see the reward that you're getting for it. Now let's go into the second thing. Let's talk about her buttons. Her buttons are fairly good since her frame data for them are not bad. She has decent range of the buttons, and some can lead to great amount of damage if converted right. For example, let's say I have the heavy store already in and I'm ready to go. If I do crouch immune kick towards the opponent, that's 131, 235 stun, so it's fairly good. Now, let's say if I restart and I didn't have the store, I would do this. See the difference? That's 122, 236. I'll be doing a bit more damage, but in exchange for a little bit less stun. But overall, it's definitely better to just release the heavy store, and that way you can get at least some form of better damage. Now, her buttons are the key tool, since you'll be using this as always to try and get some form of a store, unless you are trying to store simply just on the screen. But I feel that storing after a button is very useful, because this will help create pressure for the opponent and allow you to get a free store access, since you are already automatically safe from the store, since it is only -2. For example, if I was just to press buttons on Balrog, I don't believe the Balrog would be afraid unless I convert it. However, should I just do another sequence, which is now they have to understand that I have another store mechanic, which now may be a little bit more stressful on the Balrog player, and they may be thinking, oh god, no, please don't let me get hit by the store, or what is the trick this time? Alright guys, last thing I want to cover is her V system. Now let's start with her V skill. So, her V skill is a move that travels slowly a fair amount of the screen, and if done correctly will hit the opponent on the other side. Normally, if it was gonna be on hit, it would do that. If the opponent blocks it, this is what happens. It is punishable on block, so be careful. This move can be used very good against a zoning character, and can be pretty effective when used correctly. As you can see, it's projectile invincible and can go through Ryu's firewall right there. Her next V skill is V skill 2, which you just need to throw once and you instantly have it. It's a slow linger firewall that travels slowly forward. It is -2 on block, but knocks down on hit. So this can be used in many ways, such as a frame trap, combo, as well as many more. I'll show you one scenario. That is just one sequence that could potentially lead using this V skill, so you can get creative with it. This move can be avoided, however, if the opponent backs up or if they have a projectile invincible move, so be careful when using it. Now, let's move on to the V triggers. Her V trigger 1 is a Feng Shui engine, which allows her to combo her button together and her swords together without the need for storing. Once you activate it, your dash becomes faster, and you can do combos that weren't even possible unless you were storing, or if the game allows certain buttons to connect. For example, let me show you. normally that combo wouldn't work unless I had all the stores and I had all the resources needed. Now this can lead to great damage and potentially a game changer if used correctly. But before you go ham with it, please be cautious, because if a sequence is blocked, normally it will become more punishable as you keep going on. For example, notice how that was -7 after that whole entire sequence of buttons? The more buttons you press, the more minus it becomes, so be careful when using this. Now, your fireball does become -1 in V-trigger, but everything else is punishable. So now, let's go into honestly one of the worst V-triggers in the game, and one I refuse to use. V-trigger 2, which is not even really a V-trigger, I don't even consider it to be even real, sucks away your opponent's meter. So if I set the opponent's meter to, let's say, normal, and I'd say mine to normal as well, and if I do this, notice how I'm just taking away his shit. It's a glitch. I hope you guys enjoyed these little few tips I talked about when it comes to playing Juri as well as understanding her. If you did, make sure to leave a comment and a like, and also subscribe. Also let me know what you want to see more, such as combos, frame traps, a little more in-depth guide. But yeah, I'm always open to any ideas. Just keep in mind, I also stream on Twitch at JustAKid515. Link is in the description below. Thank you, and see you guys later.
I don't trust people like
Feature go 2.
That's not a thing. It's not a thing.
Juri.
Just because they say it doesn't make it true.